The sun warms a field of vibrant green radishes. In the middle of it all, a young man with a shiny bald head and a profoundly bored expression is fast asleep against a sack of fertilizer. A gentle snore escapes his lips. It is a picture of absolute tranquility. The peace is abruptly broken.
Taro, are you sleeping again? It's the middle of the day.
Mira, energetic and exasperated, marches into the field, her hands planted firmly on her hips. Taro cracks open one eye, offering a lazy blink.
The sun's out. Good for sleeping. Good for radishes.
The whole village is preparing for the harvest festival, and you're napping. You could at least pretend to be useful.
Before Taro can respond with what would likely be a sigh, a loud, pompous voice cuts through the air.
Well, well, if it isn't Green Valley's laziest lout, discussing how useful he is, that will be a short conversation.
Gareth Ironheart, dressed in flamboyant, expensive robes, strides towards them, a sneer plastered on his face. He looks at Taro with unconcealed disdain.
Honestly, Mira, why you waste your breath on this manaless simpleton is beyond me. He has no ambition, no power, no hair. He contributes nothing.
Mira flushes with anger, stepping between Gareth and the still-seated Taro.
He's a good farmer, Gareth. Better than you'll ever be.
A good farmer? How quaint. While I am practicing my Azure Flame strike to protect this kingdom, he is... what? Perfecting the art of drooling on a sack of dirt?
Gareth smirks, looking down his nose at Taro, who has begun to lightly snore again. Next, on the bald, lucky farmer, the farmer who slept. Taro cracks open a single eye, his sleepy gaze landing on Gareth's expensive, polished boots. They are planted firmly on a patch of young, green sprouts.
You're trampling the radishes.
What?
Gareth looks down as if just noticing the dirt beneath his feet. He scoffs, grinding his heel into the soil deliberately, crushing another sprout.
Do you think I care about your filthy peasant roots? I am a master of the arcane arts. My destiny is to shape the fate of this kingdom, not worry about your lunch.
Gareth, that's enough. Leave him alone.
Those were good sprouts. Now I'll have to plant new ones. What a pain.
Taro lets out a long, weary sigh. The sheer, profound indifference in his tone seems to infuriate Gareth more than any insult could. The nobleman's face flushes a deep red.
You dare sigh at me? I am Gareth Ironheart, of the esteemed House Ironheart. I will not be dismissed by a bald, dirt-caked nobody.
Taro, get up. He's losing his temper.
Gareth's hands begin to glow with a faint, blue energy.
Perhaps a demonstration is in order, a taste of what real power looks like. I call upon the winds, minor gale.
With a dramatic flourish, Gareth thrusts his palm forward. A small, controlled whirlwind, designed to kick up dust and humiliate Taro, shoots across the field. Just then, a fat, slow-moving bumblebee that had been drifting lazily toward Taro's nose abruptly changes course, flying directly into the path of the mini-tornado. The bee is sent spinning, and in a 1 in a billion fluke, it ricochets off a nearby fence post and flies directly into Gareth's open, shouting mouth. Gareth's spell dissolves as he begins to choke and gag, his eyes wide with panic and disbelief. He stumbles backward, clawing at his throat.
Gareth, are you okay?
Taro watches for a moment before closing his eyes again.
Too noisy. I'm trying to sleep. Sighs.
Taro heaves a sigh of profound annoyance. It is the sigh of a man whose nap has been irrevocably disturbed. He gets to his feet with the slowness of someone moving through thick mud, ambles over to the sputtering, purple-faced nobleman, and gives him a firm slap on the back. The slap is meant to be perfunctory, a chore. But as Taro's hand makes contact, a daisy that was stuck to his farming trousers by a bit of mud falls off. lands perfectly on a loose cobblestone which flips into the air and strikes Gareth's enchanted signet ring. The ring flares with stored magical energy. A concentrated beam of pure golden light erupts from the ring, striking the bee, which has just been dislodged from Gareth's throat by the slap. The bee, now flash incinerated and encased in a tiny glowing crystal of solidified magic, shoots out of Gareth's mouth like a cannonball, flies across the village square, and neatly severs the rope holding up the banner for the upcoming Harvest Festival. The massive banner, celebrating Verdancia's might, collapses, draping itself perfectly over the head of a statue of Gareth's great-grandfather. Gareth falls to his knees, gasping for air, tears of humiliation and shock streaming down his face. Mira stares, her mouth agape, from the smoldering bee crystal to Taro.
Taro, how did you just fire a light beam?
Too much noise. My head hurts.
Taro turns, intending to return to his nap spot. His path, however, is blocked by an old man with a long white beard, wearing the robes of a scholar. He is looking at Taro with an expression of intense curiosity.
Remarkable, truly remarkable. The universe sings for you, young man, even if you refuse to listen.
Taro stares at him, expressionless. Another person talking. Another hassle. Taro gives the old man a blank look, then attempts to step around him. It is a slow, deliberate movement, the kind one uses to avoid a puddle. The old man, surprisingly nimble, mirrors his movement, blocking his path again.
You cannot walk around fate, son, especially when it finds you so amusing.
You're in the way of my nap spot.
Taro, that's Professor Aldwin, the Archmage from the Royal Academy.
Mira rushes over, her face a mixture of awe and horror at Taro's rudeness. She quickly bows to the old man. Gareth, still on his knees, looks up with wide, shocked eyes at the mention of the famous name.
At ease, child. A title is just a label. This young man here, he operates beyond such things.
Aldwin's gaze returns to Taro, a twinkle of profound insight in his eyes. He gestures vaguely at the chaos around them, the humiliated noble, the incinerated bee crystal, the disgraced statue.
True power isn't about the mana you wield, but how reality itself bends to your will.
Taro stares back, his expression unchanged. The words mean nothing to him. They are just more noise. A fly buzzes near his ear, and he is more focused on its annoying drone than the Archmage's wisdom.
This is a hassle.
For you, I imagine it must be. The world insists on making you a hero, and all you want is to tend your garden.
A hero? But, Professor, he has no mana.
The professor's smile widens. He pats Taro lightly on the shoulder, and as he does, a loose button on his own robe snags for a split second on Taro's sleeve.
We shall see. We shall see.
Aldwin turns and walks away, leaving a stunned Mira and a still annoyed Taro in his wake. As he leaves, the button, weakened by the snag, pops off his robe, rolls across the cobblestones, and comes to a stop, perfectly covering a crack in the ground that a colony of ants was about to use to invade Taro's favorite radish patch.
Taro, do you have any idea who that was? The Archmage just said. He just said you were powerful.
Mira stares at Taro, her mind buzzing with the impossible implications of the Archmage's words. Taro stares back, his expression vacant before his stomach rumbles softly.
What's for lunch?
Lunch? Taro, are you even listening? Professor Aldwin, the most powerful mage in the kingdom, just hinted that you have some kind of incredible power. And all you can think about is food?
Thinking is a hassle. Eating is necessary.
Before Mira can explode in frustration, a blood-curdling roar echoes from the edge of the village. It's a sound of pure violence, utterly alien to the peaceful fields of Green Valley. Panic erupts. Villagers scream and run, their market stalls scattering. From behind the cottages, a monster of nightmare emerges. It's a hulking beast, 10 feet tall, with mottled green skin, a crown of jagged iron shards hammered into its skull, and a massive, crude club. Next, on the bald, lucky farmer, the trampled radishes,